Happy Halloween, everyone! It's Q4. We are officially in our fourth quarter. So what are my secrets for Q4 that no matter the year, I have seen improvements every time? Well, stay tuned after my shop update to hear what I do for Q4. Get away. You know them and love them. I have Manny here scaring me. So let's get into my shop update for the month of September. Now, September was interesting because, as you guys know, and if you've seen some of our videos, we were traveling during the month of September. So I was the majority of the month not home. But we still worked. We still got things done. I am super excited to share my month of September. This month of September, I accomplished something that I have yet to accomplish. Let's look at September 2023 and let's see those numbers. It wasn't picking up like I was hoping it was gonna pick up, like I've seen Simply Shauna's shop pick up. And so I remember just being really discouraged last year for the month of September. So I was really interested to see where this month, September 2024, was going to go, especially because my previous month, if you've seen my videos, you've seen that they've been increasing little by little. So I was really interested, was it going to drop back down September because it was such a low month the year before, or was it going to keep with the trend of each month getting a little bit more? So let's get into September 2023. September 2023, I had a total of 4,193 visits. I had a total of 19 orders, a conversion rate of 0.5%, and a revenue of $1,509 with 76 cents. So in comparison to the previous year, that it was very, very minimal to non-existent, I felt pretty discouraged. I thought it was going to increase, I don't know, a little bit more. It still did more than the previous year, which is when I was really starting in on my shop. And I was doing the wrong things, but I got a sale or two here and there. I just remember thinking, oh, I really wanted this to do more. 19 orders is still 19 orders. Where the previous year was probably just a handful. So it still increased. So I shouldn't have been discouraged, but I had a lot of motivation and kind of encouragement from specifically Shauna, who's the one who's always building us up for this and really like pushing us for this. And we really thought that September was going to go even further, but even Q4 was going to go further. But we'll get into that in another video. It was still an increase from the year before. So if we want to look at perspective, it was still a way better month than the previous year. So I was still doing good things to the point of getting what I got. Now, what did I do this year? September 2024. I am so excited to say it is my very first month that I doubled my month in comparison to the previous year, which the way Simply Shauna has always talked to us about is if you do the right things, each year you can double. If you're doing the work, if you're doing all of the things that we've talked about in our videos, and you're really just going in on your shop and listing and doing the research to put up very well-researched designs that can really just boost your shop. If you're doing those things, each year you have the potential to double your months. That's what I was looking for. And I did it. This is my first month. Every other month, we've gone over the graphs and the videos. And so you guys have seen like that it has increased, but several percent. I think there was, maybe 40-something percent, 50-something percent, 60-something percent, things like that. This is the first time that I have increased, doubled, a little bit more than doubled my month. So when I saw that number, and I remember seeing the percentages on my app, and every time we were getting closer, I'm like, oh, please stay there, get more sales, because I really wanted it to be a month that I doubled, and I did. So let's look at those numbers. Okay, so for September 2024, I had a total of 2,678 visits. Once again, still a decrease. It's a 36% decrease from the same period last year. So again, visits decreasing, but everything else increasing. Let's keep it going. So 2,678 visits. We had a total of 43 orders, which was an increase of 126%. So excited. If you remember, we had 19 orders the previous year for the month of September. So 43 orders is crazy. Conversion rate was 1.6%, which was an increase of 254.3%. And the revenue was a increase of 99%, and it was $2,996.93. Now, I want to reiterate that revenue does not mean I took that home. That wasn't what I took as profit in my pocket. So revenue is what the orders totaled, but it was a 99% increase. Yay! So excited for it because of the potential of what that can mean. Now, $2,996 and change of revenue is not a whole lot in profit. That's okay. I definitely want to see the money in my pocket, but I also want to see, if not more so than just the money coming in, is that it keeps increasing. Because if it keeps increasing, then where will I be the following year? If I keep doing what I'm doing now, could September next year also be 126% or more increase in orders? Maybe this time it'll be 150% increase in revenue, maybe even 200%. Where can it go if I keep doing the same steps that I have been doing? Even more so, it makes me so happy that I truly listened to what Shauna told us, that our Etsy nights, that everything that she's done, talking to us, I'm following along with everything that she tells us in her membership and just talking to us in her videos, because it really has made a difference to my measly few little orders with my graphics thrown on a mock-up. I say this so that you don't make the same mistakes that I did when I first started out. And I am living proof. I may not be a six-figure seller yet, but I truly believe that if I keep going the way that I'm going and following along with the tips that by doing research I learn, as well as what Shauna tells us, that I can really get there. I have the potential. It may take me longer because let me tell you, when Shauna started out her shop, we never saw her. She was teaching and she was a full-time teacher and she was doing everything Etsy. Everything was her shop. She was so dedicated to making that shop grow, and she did so many listings, designs, videos, research. Like, she enveloped herself. I can't say that, even though I do feel that I put in a lot of work in my shop, and my husband is living proof of that. I'm sure you saw our little quick funny video of, well, no, I'm doing Etsy. I really do. I get home and I try to put myself into Etsy mode and design, put orders through, but I still can't say that I put in the amount of blood, sweat, and tears that Shauna did, which is why she grew so fast. That's, in my opinion, I think that's why she grew so fast. So I always knew it would take me a little bit longer, but I just want to keep seeing the growth. And I'm seeing it. So please keep going. Don't be discouraged, because it will take time. It really does take time, and it really takes effort. But the consistency, a huge tip for Etsy, consistency. Really keep it going, because it's worth it. You will soon start to see that success. Now, we are in Q4 officially. What is Q4? I'm sure if you are stumbling across some of these Etsy videos because you're just getting started with your journey, Q4 has to have been mentioned somewhere. And if you haven't heard of it, Q4 stands for fourth quarter. It's a term that we use for the months that are October, November, and December. And the theory of Q4, and not so much the theory because I've seen it with Shauna's shop and I see the sales coming in, and even my own shop last year, it is the time of year that you can make the most money. Now, I also want to say that a little lightly. You can make the most money if you prepare your shop appropriately. What is the time of year that we are in? The holidays. This time of year has the potential to make you so much money. And the theory that Shauna always told us, and then we saw with her shop, is that you can make the same amount of money that you made in the other months. So from whatever you make from January to September, you can make that in those 3 months. So you have the potential to double your year in just these 3 months, depending on how much you've made and, you know, what you prepare for your shop. I've seen it with Shauna's shop. The amount of orders coming in, it was daunting. It's honestly even scared me to get to that level and trying to find the time to put through as many orders as she gets. That is what the potential is for Q4. So what is it at this point that we should be doing for Q4? There are many other tips that will help you, and I will link them down below. Shauna has made some amazing videos on her channel, Simply Shauna, that talk about Q4 and go really into detail and depth. But at this point in time, we're already in Q4, so I'm going to link those videos down below. So if you want to see more information, and you can still use it for this year, fourth quarter, but definitely to have it in the back of your mind for next year. But what is it that we should be doing right now for fourth quarter? List, list, list. You do have to do research. Market research is chef's kiss. I really looking to see what the best sellers that are out there are, and using that as examples, using that as inspiration, and maybe putting that Christmas design with a similar graphic, similar saying, but putting it into another niche like teacher Christmas. Huge. Maybe you see something really cute for Christmas and you make it into a couple's shirt or a couple's pregnancy announcement shirt. There's so many ways to grab the designs and the best sellers that we see and put them in other areas. So truly, 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 right now what we should be doing is we should be listing for Christmas, we should be listing for Hanukkah, and we should be listing for New Year. I know Thanksgiving is still coming up, but you really want to start preparing for fourth quarter months in advance. Like I would say like around June, July, we start designing for Halloween. Halloween now, there's no point. Orders coming in, it's like right a couple of days before Halloween. If you haven't put in that theme, that niche, that holiday, don't even try to put any Halloween out. It is way too late for that. And even Thanksgiving, I would say it's late, but side note, I remember last year putting up like 2 or 3 designs of Hanukkah when it was way too late. But I had them, I was like, let me just put them up real quick. And if anything, they're in my shop for next year. And I sold a few times the design. Now, that's not something that always happens because it really does take some time for like the listings and everything, the algorithm to really start working its way in, especially if you're a newer shop. You're not going to be one of the first ones that's put up unless you have ads on your listings that shows them maybe a little bit closer to the front because you're paying for those ads so that they can show. But aside from that, if you're putting up listings way too close to when that holiday or the deadline for that specific area to be posted, and I will add Shauna's general niche calendar in there so you can have all the dates necessary to know when you should be designing and also when you should be stopping. But I had some luck, so I don't want to discourage anybody. If you have some designs waiting in your design app that are like for Thanksgiving, I would take this week and just quickly put them up because you could get lucky and sell it a couple of times. But what I would really focus on is Christmas, New Year's, and Hanukkah. Just put it up, put it up, put it up, list, 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 list. Do everything you can, every spare time that you can. You really want to prepare for Q4 earlier on, but it is still not too late to make something happen. I truly believe that. Since I've really just taken on all the strategies that we've discussed in this past year, I'm seeing every month that increase, September the double. So I am so excited to see what Q4 brings me. Now, Q4 doesn't always start out with a bang. I feel like the bang really comes in November. My Q4 actually started really, really slow. The first couple of weeks, my sales started to go down, and I think it was the second week, I actually had almost an entire week without a sale. I think I had one sale on, like, one order on Monday, and I don't think I had another order till like Saturday or Sunday. I was honestly just shocked that I had no orders, especially with how much more I did in September. Q4, like, this is where it starts to pick up. Even though the beginning tends to be pretty slow, this is where it picks up. And so I was really shocked at how it was going. But when you don't get orders, Shauna always tells us, list, list, list. And even though that should definitely be the motto for all of Q4, especially when you're not getting orders, even if it may be discouraging, even if it might get us a little down, list. That is your time. You don't have to focus on putting orders through, so focus on doing the research and putting as many, many, many listings as you can. The secret to Q4 is go all in. List. Do the research and just put up the listings. Don't give up. Just don't get discouraged. It's gonna be slow. It might take some time. This whole Etsy journey might even take a few years to really see what you're looking for. But just don't get discouraged. If you're not getting orders, that is the time to list. That is almost verbatim what Shauna tells us all the time. When I go to her, I'm like, man, I didn't get an order today. Then list. Man, I the last couple of days I've really been slow with the orders, and like it's like every other day or something. Then list. That's your time to list. That's always what she's telling us. So please, it's not too late to see something in Q4. Again, you should definitely be listing earlier and preparing for Q4 months before, but it's still not late to do something with Q4. So please, list, list, list. Now, if you aren't already a subscriber, please, we would really appreciate if you would join in on this journey with us and just boop the subscribe button. And if you found any value to this video, I would truly appreciate another little boop to the like button. If I didn't say before, I'm Lyneida. I'm here, a part of this journey with the No Friend Left Behind crew, which includes Simply Shauna, Mike, and Shay, and with, as you saw earlier, little cameos of my husband Manny. And so I like to end my videos with something inspirational. And when I was doing some research and just looking up some things that were inspirational quotes, I found one and it immediately just took my attention. And it really speaks to mindset, in my opinion. So the quote that I will be leaving you with today is, being challenged in life is inevitable. Being defeated is optional. I think that connects so much to Etsy, because Etsy has definitely been something that has been challenging and has really affected my mindset and just the way I even feel about myself. It's hard to sometimes not even compare myself to others, but I haven't let it defeat me. And I have seen comments before from individuals who follow us and watch our videos, and just so thankful that you guys are joining us with this, that struggle with the same thing. And it helps to not feel alone, that we go through the same things, we struggle with the same things. But in life, being defeated by anything is optional. I don't have to feel or let anything defeat me. I can make a choice on how I want to see things, on how I want to do things. I want the challenges. I want to be challenged by Etsy. I want to be challenged by YouTube. I want to be challenged in my life. I want to be challenged, because that's where we grow. That's where we really show resiliency. And resiliency can make such changes in our life. If this speaks to you, please, I would love for you guys to share, if you feel comfortable, What is something that has challenged you in your life, but you kept moving forward? You kept going and you didn't let it defeat you. And you can connect it to your Etsy journey and what about Etsy has challenged you and how you didn't let it defeat you. Okay, so in a couple of weeks, it will be Halloween. And Halloween is actually on a Thursday, which is when our videos come out. I would love to hear if you guys would be interested in seeing an extra video of us and how we spend our Halloween together. Every year, we go to Simply Shauna's house and she makes a spooky Halloween themed dinner and we watch a spooky movie. If you guys would like to get a little bit of an inside look of how we spend Halloween together as a group, and there's always Etsy talk involved in any of our get-togethers. If you would like to see that, please leave that down in the description in the comment section below. If we get even just a few of you guys interested, we will definitely make a video, and maybe we can get my husband Manny to edit it quickly and put it up for you the following week as an extra video during the week so that you guys can see how we spend our Halloween together, and maybe even mentioning a couple of tips for Q4 to help you guys out for these last couple of months that we will have. If you guys are interested, again, please put it in the comment section. I hope that any of you who celebrate Halloween and celebrate any of these holidays, that you have a wonderful holiday season, but especially a wonderful and spooky Halloween. I'm not into the scary stuff. I like the cutesy stuff, but either way, I hope it's a very spooky Halloween for you. And until next time, bye guys. Happy Halloween. Get away.